Yes, we are back to the stage, and let me invite for the next presentation Paweł Laciński, Jerzy Ziętkowski from Informace for the presentation of automation of sales for SMEs. You are welcome.
3 years ago, we started a project with a customer, and we have this beautiful NDA that prevents me from giving you any details. So when I talked to Paweł and I said, it's a bank and we did sales automation process, right? He said, no, that's already too much. You've said too much. We're going to have a lawsuit. So let's just say we had a great project 3 years ago, and we started it as usual. So we had our procedures, we had our experience, we had our experts, and our task was to automate sales. What could go wrong?
And we started this project. At the beginning, everything was fine. We are going as we planned. But after a while, client asked, Paweł, can we change some things? Let's change a little bit tools. Let's change way we are working. Are you sure? Yeah, we are sure. Do you know the consequences? Yeah, that's fine for us. And finally, nothing wrong happened. It was harmless. But week after week, we started moving away from our schedule, from our budget. And after a couple of months, client came back to us, Paweł, it's not so good. Let's go back to the initial idea and let's start this project doing the proper way.
So the question is, how many times it happens to you that you start a project, you have your rules, and suddenly customer asks to deviate from the way of working? Or actually, he doesn't even ask about it, he just falls into old habits. For the last 12 years in Informate, we do automate sales process. We are a software house. Paweł is managing partner, intern communication manager. And today we want to talk to you about several lessons that we learned during these last 12 years. How to do and what not to actually do in the process of implementing software solutions. We have 5 lessons for you. This is going to be a very quick and very obvious presentation. But the lessons we've learned, I think, although obvious, should be implemented everywhere. So let's start with the first one. And the first one is money first. What does it mean, money first?
So we are talking about money because we are here in this talking to banking people. When we start project, we usually do some business analysis. We think what we can earn, what we can save. And we are really happy when we start the project. We have a bunch of money because we are talking about banks. And we are starting doing things, implementing new features, really nice one. And when we are doing it, we don't ask a question, what money will give us implementing of these features. And day after day, we are starting doing things which maybe won't bring us money. And this is a real problem for us. And why we don't see this? Because we are focusing on doing things that we decided that we want to do. We don't ask questions, why do we need this? And we need some people that will help us to ask those questions, that they need to be brave to ask questions. But George, do we really need to implement this feature? Is it really necessary for us?
And the answer could be yes, because I like this feature. Or the answer could be yes, because this is the feature that brings us the money. Or yes, because this is the feature that saves us the cost. So there are 2 lessons here. Number 1 lesson is have an expert, have somebody who can analyze whether the feature you need actually brings you the money. And the second thing that we learned the hard way, you do not always need to ask, is there money involved? But you need to have a process that guarantees that this expert will be able to answer you. Yes, there is money. Otherwise, we are creating features that are nice, but not really necessary.
If we are, for example, a Google or Netflix, it's a good way, but not for banks.
So that's the second, that's the first lesson, money first. Second is quite obvious. Users should be engaged as early as possible in your process. I mean, if you ask me why, it's obvious for me, but really, why?
Because when we are doing IT projects, who is working on those projects? IT experts like architects, analysts, of course some business people from the headquarters, but who is using the system finally? The users, the end users. Maybe your clients, maybe people inside your company. And of course, because they are using this system, they know what is really needed and what is painful in the current systems. We need people from headquarters that will put the grounds on the project. They will say what is the idea, what we need to do, but we need to engage our customers, people who will be end users of the system, to talk to us, to check whether what we are doing is really good, whether it is useful for them. You will be really surprised what smart people are there and what are their ideas.
Well, what we are talking about is really obvious. I mean, throughout your 12 years career within Informate, how many times have you seen that customer forgets about the end users?
Almost always.
Really?
We started consulting customer end users at the end. When we want to launch the system, okay, let's do some analysis with end users, and we are really surprised. Oh, we need to change something.
So the proper question here, and we'll be talking about the question at the end of our presentation, is how early on you engage your users, and it should be as early as possible.
Exactly.
Lesson number 3, users again get users' acceptance for your solution. Really?
Yeah, it's really crucial for you. I remember once we were implementing system, we do a production launch, and after a week or so, we were surprised that users were really upset by the system. They said that it is crap. The previous one was much more better. We look at the KPIs at the sales, and they were really low. And we started to analyze it. What went wrong? Because we knew the IT people who created the system said it should really fasten our sales. And we started to talking to those people. Pavel, you changed the way we work. We need to do some extra stuff. Okay, you need to do some new things. It was about uploading scan of the documents, but it will give you you will have more accurate data, and you will be able to sell better to sell better products to your client. And overall, the process will be shorter. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Yeah, we are doing this system because of this. Oh, that's a great idea.
So what you are saying is not exactly getting the acceptance of the product, but getting the acceptance and understanding of how the product
knowledge
works.
Yeah. They were lacking of the knowledge, and when they realized how it works, why we're doing these things, they came with new ideas. Pavel, maybe we can add some extra feature that will even more boost our sales, our process.
All right, so users third, and speed is for, oh, speed. What does it mean, speed, actually? Because what we've learned is to implement our solutions as early as possible, meaning not only creating a test environment, but creating a test environment that is as close as possible to real environment, and then put the real users into this environment. Why is that?
Because when we do such a thing, we can change our priorities. When we are on the production environment and we start using the system, then we need to listen to the users. Earlier, when we don't have users in the process, or even if we have, we can ignore what they are saying. We are smart people from the headquarters. We know how the system should work. But when when users start to use the system and they start giving feedback, wrong feedback, we can use it to improve the system. And what is also very important, we can prioritize the features we want to implement. We can see, okay, this works and this not, and we are planning to expand in those features. No, we can kill it and save some money.
So basically what we've seen so far and what we've said so far is if you want to automate sales, start with working with salespeople, not with top management, with salespeople.
We need to start with salespeople, we need to talk to them, and we need to give them a solution as fast as it's possible.
All right, and we need to solve the problems as well. But the question is, do we know what problems are? One of the benchmarks we found that is very, very helpful here is to go to your sales team and ask, why are you unique? And I know this is a topic that we've been talking about during this conference, and we are not the first one to say, maybe your solution isn't unique, maybe your problem isn't your problem, but you need to understand what you are offering. What does it mean, know what works for your market and for your competition?
I've been in this market. I've been implementing process automation for more than a decade, and I've talked to many banks, to many clients, and almost always I've heard, "Okay, Paweł, we need you to implement our process. We need to automate the sales, but you have to remember, we are really unique. Our process is completely different than the market." We are on a specific part of the market. We are doing this differently. And it happens all the time that after those meetings, I thought, okay, how should I tell them that they are not unique? The sales process is really similar to the other processes I've seen already. And what is really important, that you need someone who will tell you that the process itself, it's not unique. You may have some unique features, you need part of this process, but the general ideas are really standard, and you need someone who will also tell you how to solve some of the problems that you thought that are unique, that are only your problems.
Or actually tell you these are not the problems. This is already on the market.
Yeah.
Just use. There was a slide in the previous presentation that said use partners to solve the problems that aren't the problems because they're already solved.
Exactly.
All right. So we have 5 lessons that we've learned during the last 12 years. They're obvious. They're generic. They're what we said is have somebody to watch you. And help you follow the rules, because the #1 problem is that we forget about these rules, forget about working with our guys, with our people who do the work. So that's the lesson here.
Yeah.
All right, and guys, we have a minute left, so we're gonna look at Paweł's face. Actually, if you want to scan the code or go to LinkedIn, we have a PDF for you. And if you're online, probably you can scan this. We have a PDF with some good questions that we amassed during those 12 years. There are not all the questions we ask our customers, but you can just scan it and talk to Paweł or LinkedIn and just say, hi, can you give us the list? Can you send us the PDF? Or if you want to talk to Paweł about solution that automates your sales, we're available. But that's it. I'm desperately trying to fill in last 20 seconds, but I think it's time for you, Elena.
Elena, yeah.
Thank you very much, Paweł and Jerzy. One quick question to both of you. So your presentation is called Automation of Sales. Automation of sales in the business customer segment, the micros and SMEs, is not common in the region. How exactly you suggest, or how exactly you help banks to automate sales process? How does it look like?
Do you want a free answer or paid answer? I will give you both.
Concrete answer, yes.
I will give you both. Free answer, so contact me on LinkedIn. I will send you a PDF with questions. you can answer them, and we can discuss over a coffee or so about the answers. And if you want the paid one, so you can talk to me, and we can do a consulting. And we'll show you how to do it.
Okay.
And not to do a gimmick answer, actually, because that's a great answer. The free answer is this PDF is a start of a journey, because we start with the great questions. We need to ask proper questions to our customers about their journey with their customers. So that's the start. But then, once we know the answers, we can design a great inside process of how our solutions work and how they smooth the journey of the customer of the bank, so they have all the services, all the new services, all the old services in the same place, whatever this place is.
Okay.
So that's what we do.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.